Indiana Jones. It's a podcast about Indiana Jones. Every movie, 1 minute at a time. Indiana Jones Minute.
Welcome back to the Indiana Jones Minute, the podcast in which we celebrate and discuss the film Raiders of the Lost Ark 1 minute at a time. I'm Tom Taylor.
I'm Pete Mummert.
And I'm Jerry Porter.
And today we are discussing Minute 7 of Raiders of the Lost Ark. Minute 7 begins with Indy yanking Satipo from certain death and ends a minute later with Satipo agreeing not to get killed with darts.
That rescue is amazing too, because Satipo is just hugging Indy for dear life, and Indy just distastefully shoves him aside.
He's not into it. It always bugs me. It's like, well, wait, you just saved him and yanked him up and everything, and he's understandably clinging to you, and you're just like, get off me. It's a little
I
rude.
mean, he has like a growing disgust for Satipo, and it kind of bothers me. He's like, get off me, exactly, and you're like,
first you don't tell me the guy's going to shoot me in the back. Then you bring in spiders. Now this.
Yeah, he's just dead weight, And I think you see Indy getting tired of it.
Well, and then Indy does that passive aggressive, he hangs up the whip handle like it's kind of a curtain string.
Yeah,
it's like jams it against the wall and turns around very. I can't believe you made me do that.
Had a little whip cozy right there for the tired adventurer. Oh, and by the way, they do turn a corner. Remember we were talking last week about we thought we could see the idol in the distance, and that doesn't make sense, and they should redo this entire movie. Because, they clearly turn a corner right here.
Unless we were looking at that really cool kind of spider skeleton frame gong.
No, maybe.
For years,
I don't know.
I've been dying to know what that is. What was it just there? Or did it looks like somebody left it there. It's not, it's like somebody was like, oh, we got the idol, we have the altar, we have the chairs, we have all the, what do you want me to do with this, Chief? They're like, I don't know, put it in the hallway. We'll get to it later.
Brings the space alive a little bit. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, it brings exactly.
By the way, you mentioned the chairs. I never in my life noticed the chairs before until we were watching.
Those chairs, I hadn't either. Those chairs are fantastic.
Yeah. What goes on in there? They used to have some sort of Jedi Council meetings in there or something.
It looks a lot like the Jedi Council room.
With a bunch of people who got killed on the way there because they stepped in the wrong place.
Well, it makes you wonder, how did they get to the altar themselves just for their regular routine, Sabbath celebration?
Right. And every single time they met, they're like, couldn't we have set this later? Couldn't we have lock up when we're leaving and set the thing? Do we have to turn it on every time we're here? It's annoying.
Did they build the foot dart things backwards? They're like, okay, foot dart path number 1 is going to be obviously on the last step right before the idol.
Well, and what did they do when they were sitting there? Maybe the gong was kind of a Ming the Merciless kind of thing, that they would all be sitting around in the circle and someone would ring the gong when someone was about to come in, and they'd be like, hey guys, someone's about to come in. Watch this.
They stopped talking about him. Here comes Billy.
I want to know, is it a gong? I don't even know if it's a gong.
Well, Jerry, you're the percussion and cymbal expert.
Yeah, you would be the one to know.
I didn't want to call you out, Pete. It's not a gong. It's not. I was just trying to be kind of friendly about it. I don't know what it is. It's in. I mean, I could see why one would think that, because it's in what appears to be a gong-like frame.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't really know if that centerpiece is fully suspended.
It's a shame we're never going to find out. If only Indy had beaten Satipo's head against that thing in frustration, he would have gotten some tone out of it.
Well,
go ahead, Pete.
Well, speaking of Indy bashing him, when Indy reaches for the torch holder, Satipo does a major flinch.
Yeah, Dad, not again, no. I'm sorry.
Indy's some kind of an abusive boss. Like
Yeah.
he's already reinforced this over and over, and Satipo immediately flinches out of the way.
Well, he's shoved him twice in less than a minute. He like shoved him off himself when he saved him from the thing, and then he just shoved him against the wall. You know, to be fair, Satipo was probably about to get killed both times, but still, go easy.
I'm with
Satipo's freaked
you
out.
originally, Pete. There's a chance that this, if you're a 10-year-old watching it for the first time, this, this guy might not be entirely good.
Wow.
It is true. Yeah, like what?
He's irascible. He's a know-it-all.
Yeah. What likable, heroic things has he done so far? We're 7 minutes
Yeah.
into this thing.
Yeah.
I hate him.
Yeah.
Even Forrestal looks at him with disapproval.
Yeah. Oh, Indiana Jones, is it? Oh, good luck, jerk.
But then all of a sudden he stands there looking ahead, and he kind of pulls his jacket apart and puts his hands on his hips. And
Yeah.
he looks exactly like Han Solo. Like it really
He
looks like a
does.
Han Solo moment. And then
That's
you
a
think,
really
he's a good guy.
that's an incredible shot. That's like Spielberg at his Spielbergiest. Just the
Yeah.
he goes into the shadow, and then as he's appreciating this thing, and he steps into the light, and that's the hero shot. That's pretty awesome.
There's a lot of great scenes like that in this movie.
Oh, sure.
That are just even when you first see the idol, it's like sitting
Yeah.
there, gold in the middle of this, vine bejeweled temple, and
Yeah.
you're like, I don't know, you're like, that looks fantastic. I don't
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
know why. You're just like, it looks
Oh, it's
incredible.
spectacular. Yeah.
And it's small. It's really. I remember thinking, like, oh my gosh, that's what they're here for. But it looks awesome. Like it's tiny, but it's brilliant.
Have you looked at pictures of the idol up close of what's actually going on with the idol?
I don't know. Have I?
It's a very strange. It's a supposedly a Chachapoyan goddess of fertility, and it's this lady giving birth to another person.
Oh.
Like you kind of
Alright.
see the guy like coming out from beneath her.
Oh, really? Like underneath
That's
the wow.
the craziest
Like
thing I've heard
the
since we
idol
started this.
The idol is grimacing. It's a grimacing naked lady giving birth to like a little man.
Sure.
I
Like
don't
they
know
do.
how would you see that with all the trappings, all the booby traps in the way?
Yeah.
I just noticed that whatever it was, it had like a super. I really liked the hair.
Yeah.
It's like completely slicked back.
I remember trying to draw that. I'm just remembering this now. I used to try to draw that in like 5th grade or whatever. And I don't think once did I ever put a guy coming out of her or something, or that he was even a woman. I didn't get any of that.
Well,
Shows
apparently
what I
it was
know.
based on a real idol, or not necessarily an idol, but a real artifact that had been going around called the Dumbarton Oaks birthing figure.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a pre-Columbian Aztec goddess giving birth to a person, and I think the Smithsonian, I don't know when, determined that it was a fake.
Really?
Weird.
But I think that might have been the inspiration for this idol.
So you're saying a fake bit of archaeology has worked its way into Raiders of the Lost Ark? Not totally valid scientific or historic or archaeological factoid?
Hopefully they didn't know it was fake until after the movie.
Well,
I
the
can't
way
imagine
you've
they'd
been
be able to sleep at
bad-mouthing
night.
Indiana Jones and his archaeology, you probably didn't even know.
See?
Probably didn't read that March issue of Smithsonian Magazine.
He's not up on his journals.
There was one other thing in this minute that kind of pulled at me a little bit when they show the idol and they show Indy and sort of the shot you're talking about. You're like, he finally sort of lights up,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh my gosh, this guy has it kind of put into my head, maybe he's either really driven or he might just be like gold nuts greedy.
Yeah.
Because they show you're like, oh, there's the gold, there's the gold, and then they show him, and you're like he looks for the first time completely animated,
Yeah.
and like that's, he comes alive.
But
And-
Yeah,
and
it's either because he's a true historian or he's like Treasure of the Sierra Madre gold lust crazy. Like at this point, you don't really know.
Exactly.
It works both ways.
Exactly.
Well, this may not be a surprise, but I'm going to vote option number 2. Because while he's standing there, he kind of moves his fingers together. Like as soon as he sees the idol, he's kind of rubbing his fingers together like he's got money between them. And there's even sort of like a coin sound. It's almost like he's learning to do coin magic.
Well, maybe he's sitting. Maybe it's that, or it's like, I can't believe that's the idol from chapter 21
Right.
in our textbook.
Wait till my students see this.
Yeah.
This is gonna look awesome on my desk.
I hadn't noticed before that the arrow shoots out of a mouth. Like all those holes are different, like eyes and mouths.
Oh yeah.
Different idols, which makes me wonder if maybe the porter was scared when he saw that open-mouthed idol because he thought the arrow was about to come out.
He thought he was gonna get riddled with darts. But that wouldn't happen in this movie. Don't be silly. But yeah, I'm always every time I see this part, I'm like, I'm sure glad he picked the one tile that fires out of one of those lower holes. That's about sort of torch height.
Well, and then Satipo says, he says there's nothing to fear here, and again he beats him. He beats him like a redheaded stuffed child again. He grabs him, he shoves him against the wall, and he's like, I don't know why I brought you.
Yeah.
You said I
Go
should
wait
have
in the
left you
car.
in the hotel room. Yeah, exactly.
The heads behind the idol kind of look like the old-timey Cybermen from Doctor Who.
Oh my God, they do. That's funny. I didn't think of that. Crossover. It's ripe. It's gonna happen. That's pretty awesome. And I do like Satipo's line is an excellent example of a simple but actually funny line. Like well delivered and just if you insist, senor. That's like that could have been. I can't decide if that could easily have been bad or if it's just a good line, and that's why it works. It's just it's legitimately funny without being like goofy.
Yeah, I laugh every time I hear that.
Yeah, makes you think Satipo's actually cool. He's got an American sense of humor.
He's true blue.
He is. God bless him. They're gonna have so many adventures together. This is gonna be great. I can't wait. Well, does anybody else have anything else for minute 7?
Nope,
I can't wait to see what happens next. Let's move it.
All right. Well, thanks for listening. If you like the show, you can follow us at IndianaJonesMinute.com. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. You can find us on iTunes or wherever you subscribe to your favorite podcasts. And if you like the show, please leave us a review.
Please do. And also please join us tomorrow for minute 8 of Raiders of the Lost Ark on the Indiana Jones Minute.
Jones!
Jones!
Some of the whip.
He did that last time.
I can't do it.
All right.